Hi everybody, this is going to be a video on a sample kit that I have from Essential Parfums, which is a brand that works with individual perfumers. You probably recognize a few of them here at least. And I don't know if they give them a prompt or something, but each perfumer comes up with their own scent for the company. And I had only ever tried Bois Imperial because that one blew up in popularity this past year. So before I got this kit, months before, I blind bought a bottle of that one, and I do think that that one is incredible, but I wanted to try the rest of the line. So here is my sample kit. I thought that the notes were going to be listed on the back of the box, but it's not. So I was planning on flipping around the box for you so you could read it while I talk. So this is a very informal analysis of these different perfumes. I just opened the box today, half an hour ago. So I have all of my little samples here, and they've dried down, and it's been like half an hour. So this is a very informal kind of first impression sort of video for you. And then there are 8 perfumes, it looks like. And it's going to be in order from left to right. So we're starting with Nice Bergamote by Antoine Maisondieu. Then we're going to go to Rose Magnetic by Sophie Labbé, Mon Vetiver by Bruno Jovanovic. And that one is the one that I've been most interested in trying. Then there's Orange X Santal by Natalie Gracia Cheto. Then Divine Vanille by Olivier Pichot, who I think he died this year, right? I thought I heard that he had died. Maybe I'm getting him mixed up with somebody else, but I think it was him. It's really sad to see him, like his little picture here. This box is so cute. Like, this is what I like about the brand, is that I like to see the faces of the perfumers and give them some more attention, you know, for what the work that they produce. So it's actually really devastating to see his cute little face there. So the next one is Thé Musc by Khalees Becker, and then Bois Imperial by Kenton Biche, and then there's Fig Infusion by Natalie Lorson, who you probably know of as the maker for Encre Noire, which is also very well known. So, okay, we're starting with Nice Bergamote. This one, to me, I like this one a lot. This, to me, is a very Jo Malone kind of smell. If you like Jo Malone, especially their more fresh kind of scents, I mean, all of their scents are very fresh, but one of their more green, citrusy, bright kind of perfumes, you would like Nice Bergamote. I can't say that I'm getting like in-your-face, obvious citrus. Bergamot can be that way, kind of. So what I get as I'm smelling it is like a bitter yet tart fruitiness, and then there's a little bit of like, it feels like there's a floral backbone to this perfume, and I don't know if that's what is in this, but it seems like there's something a little bit floral. So when I think about it, it's kind of like the meeting point between going back to Jo Malone, something like lime basil and mandarin, and English pear and freesia. It sort of is like the meeting point between those two for me. Yeah, so I'm getting yellow, green as the colors for this perfume. If you're a person who's into freshies, you like citrus, you like fresh green perfumes, I could see this being a huge hit for you. It's very nice. And I think this could be appealing to all different ages as well. So it it could make a nice gift for somebody who's on the younger side and maybe doesn't like more mature profiles. A very simple kind of smell, but very, very pleasing. That's Nice Bergamote by Antoine Maisondieu. The next one, I like this one a lot. This is Rose Magnetic from Sophie Labbe. This, okay, not only with a few of these perfumes, I looked up the notes. So this is going to be like a lychee rose perfume. But this one is done really well. This one is, and I'll say that across the board with all of these perfumes, all of them are, they smell refined. They smell of a high quality. So if you were thinking of blind buying one of them, I think you would at the very least end up with a quality smelling perfume. I'm not finding any of them to be cheap or super generic. But Rose Magnetic to me is a very sexy and flirtatious kind of rose perfume. And it's reminding me of like what I thought Stella, the perfume from Stella McCartney, her signature perfume. This is what I thought Stella was going to smell like. And I've tried that one, and that one's okay, but this one is a lot better. It's so flirtatious, and there is something very sexy about it. It's clear that there's rose in here, but then that lychee is done in a nice way that doesn't feel generic the way it feels in like Delina, for example. To me, this is miles above Delina as a rose lychee perfume. I almost could say that this is sort of like a rose soliflor, like a fruity rose soliflor. I was worried about this perfume because vanilla is rated highly in the profile on Fragrantica, but I'm not getting vanilla. I'm not getting strong vanilla at all, if at all. To me, it's just all about the rose, the lychee, and I think some of the mint is adding a little bit of mystique to this. But I'm getting like, it makes me think of La Perla lingerie in a like a gray toned sort of mauvey red purple color. Very expensive, well-made lingerie. Not to say that a man can't wear this. I think a man would smell incredible in this too, but there's something very complimentary to that feminine flirtation and sensuality. That type of feeling. It's really great. If you like rose perfumes and if you like rose soliflors, this is definitely one to check out. If you're expecting this to be a super sweet vanilla rose type of perfume, I would say that you might be disappointed because that's not what this is to me. It's just a fresh, yet kind of adult rose perfume. But even as I say that, I think that somebody who's very young could find this to be great. But I feel like there is a, like hinting at adult sensuality in this perfume. I think it's great. It's a pleasant surprise, this one. I was hoping, but I wasn't optimistic that it was going to be good. Okay. The next one is Mon Vetiver by Bruno Jovanovic. And like I said before, this is the one that I was the most anticipating because I had heard that this was a gin and tonic type of perfume. And if you're familiar with me and my channel, you know that I gravitate towards that kind of perfume, probably more than any other perfume. By the way, I have a gin and tonic perfume video coming out soon, because I blind bought a perfume that was supposedly very much like gin and tonic style. So I'll let you know what I think about that. But back to this perfume. It opened up for me very minty and herbal green, but it's dried down to by and large, a vetiver perfume, which is not surprising by the name, which is my vetiver. It's a very peppery, cold vetiver, but it's not smoky. It's not like a smoky kind of vetiver. And I find this to be pretty dry as well. It smells very similar to the vetiver note in Terre d'Hermès Eau Intense Vetiver. Maybe scaled down a little bit though, and not as intense, because that one can be just a little bit, like a little bit of a incense quality to it. But this one is just more fresh and dry. But it's a little bit similar in that way. But I also feel like this is similar to Grey Vetiver from Tom Ford. I'm reminded a lot of that one in this perfume. Not as much as another perfume I'm going to mention later, but there is something that's kind of like Grey Vetiver in here. I am disappointed that I'm not getting, I don't really feel like this is a gin and tonic perfume, because I'm not getting a strong juniper. I'm not sure if there's juniper in here. There probably is, but I'm not getting a strong juniper note in this. It just, to me, is more like a very pleasing, fresh vetiver scent. So if you do like vetiver, if you like freshies, if you like Terre d'Hermès Eau Intense Vetiver, if you like Grey Vetiver, definitely look into Mon Vetiver from Bruno Jovanovic. I think that's a great one in this lineup. Okay, and then the next one, I completely forgot that this perfume even existed because nobody talks about it, is Orange X Santal by Natalie Gracia Chetto. This perfume I'm finding to be, and here we are, like I said, now we're like 40 some minutes from spraying this down. This is a like 80% orange perfume for me, and it's a very nice rindy, juicy, oily kind of orange, a cozy sort of orange, like on the countertop in a warm kitchen, you know, where the cook in that kitchen is a very nice person. It smells like that kind of orange. It's fresh and juicy, kind of golden at the same time. And then the other 20% is like a woodiness. It doesn't smell like an obvious sandalwood to me though. It's just like the character of wood is there, but it's not a wet, like a slab of wet, sweet cedar wood. And I hate that when I experience that in perfumes. It's not like that at all, but it just gives a little bit of like a woody character to the orange. But it's pretty much all about the orange still at this stage. I think it's, I think it's really nice. I was happy to see this on the box because I like orange, I like sandalwood, and together, yeah, they're making something very pretty. If you like woody perfumes, if you like this is very kind of in the family of Terre d'Hermès because it has orange, it has wood. Terre d'Hermès has wood, it has orange as well. So this is like an interesting take on the Terre d'Hermès kind of vibe. So if you do like that perfume, I would say check into this one. If you like orange perfumes, definitely check into this because it is super orangey. And you also might think, okay, orange and wood, that's going to smell like furniture polish. Not to me. It's a super refined kind of orange smell. Yeah. And I would say that this is like a freshie. Not sweet either. Okay. The next one is Divine Vanille by Olivia the show. This one smells a lot like Amber Narguilé from Hermes, if you've tried that one before. I can't remember what's in that, but this smells a lot like Amber Narguilé. It is like a cold, powdery spiciness. I don't like gourmands, but this one, there's something that's attractive about it. And it seems like it has like one toe dipped into the gourmand genre, but the rest of it is in this genre of like cold spices, but like the more mild ones. Like if you think of a bottle of almond extract or a bottle of vanilla extract, maybe a little bit of like, just a little bit of cardamom or something, like that sort of world, which I don't really consider to be gourmand. I think that of that more as like spicy. So yeah, it's just like a cold, powdery vanilla. It doesn't smell like literal vanilla though. It has, you know, abstraction and good blending behind it. It's chic as well. I could see a man or a woman wearing it. So if you don't like gourmands like me, but you're interested in exploring that and you think you might like vanilla, then I think Divine Vanille would be a good choice. If you like Amber Narguilé, definitely look into Divine Vanille, because they're so similar to me. And I can't remember, maybe there's a note between them that they share, but it really smells similar, which makes me think even more that it's not a literal vanilla perfume, because I know Amber Narguilé was not a literal vanilla perfume either. It's very nice, and I could think of it as appealing to young people and older people. The next one is, to me, the most strange out of all of them, and that's Thé Musc, I believe. I don't know if it's the Musc or Thé Musc. I'm thinking it's Thé Musc because it's in French. So this is another one that I had to look up the notes because I could not come up with a good description for you. Smelling it, I just couldn't think of anything to tell you. I couldn't place it. But when I looked it up, it has musk, lavender, beeswax, ginger, and sandalwood. And when I thought about it, in this perfume, it feels like they're taking just little bits and pieces of each of those. Not enough so that you know what the ingredient is, but just a little bits and pieces of each of those ingredients and morphing it together into this well-blended kind of perfume. It smells to me, it's not sweet. So if you hear beeswax and think it's going to be sweet, it's not sweet. It has that like kind of aromatic, I don't really know how to describe beeswax very well, but you know, it has that like aroma of beeswax without the sweetness. Not like a beeswax candle though. Like the idealistic idea of beeswax. And I'm finding it to be the strongest note along with the lavender and the sandalwood. I definitely am getting lavender in here. And it's giving this, it's adding to the warm, plush, fuzzy kind of feeling in this perfume, which I consider to be a very comforting type of perfume. It's cozy, it's warm. The musk in here is cozy and warm, like a cashmere sweater sort of feeling. And then the sandalwood is giving some, I can't really put my finger on it, but I can sense something that's a bit of sandalwood in here. But I think the lavender and the beeswax are overtaking everything else. And that's fine. It's very interesting, like I said. And then there's something kind of sexy about it too. And unique. Yeah. It's cozy, yet it's kind of sexy. I could see people who are into those perfumes that are not perfumes, like the Juliet Has a Gun and the Eccentric Molecules. I could see somebody who likes those perfumes, as well as Another 13 from Le Labo. I could see them liking this one a lot. Or fans of musky kind of perfumes from Narciso Rodriguez. I could see this being a huge hit with you, if you do like that kind of profile. If I had to put out, you know, on the stereotypically masculine or feminine spectrum, I would say this is probably leaning just a little bit more on the feminine side, and that might be the beeswax. I'm not sure, but definitely either man or woman could pull this off. Yeah, like I said, it's not sweet. It just is a very musky, cozy, lavender and beeswax forward kind of scent, in my experience. The next one is Bois Imperial by Quentin Biche. And like I said before, I own this perfume. I blind bought it back in the summertime, and thankfully I ended up loving it. So Bois Imperial is, where's my paper? Yeah, very dry, woody, spicy, and the spices feel cold. And I think that that is the Akigala wood that's doing that, because I had to look the notes up for this perfume as well, because I was so curious. And there are no spices listed. I was expecting to see cardamom, nutmeg, cloves, maybe allspice, cinnamon, but there was nothing like that. I think it's just the Akigala wood on its own, giving that cold, spicy feeling. And I wouldn't say that there's any kind of spice note that stands out. I just sort of was feeling like it was the combination of all those spices together, giving that very pleasing aroma. But yeah, so it's extremely woody and very spicy to me, but it's fresh at the same time. This, to me, I had said that Mon Vetiver was like Grey Vetiver, and it is. It's more of like a lighter take on Grey Vetiver, whereas Bois Imperial is a darker take on Grey Vetiver. Not the parfum, but, you know, the eau de toilette and the eau de parfum. It is much spicier and a little bit darker than Grey Vetiver. If you had one, I don't know if you'd have to have the other. So if you like Grey Vetiver from Tom Ford, I would highly recommend Bois Imperial. I think that you would love it if you like Grey Vetiver. It is maybe leaning more on the masculine side, if that matters to you. But of course, women could wear this perfectly fine. And then the last one is Fig Infusion by Natalie Lorson. I hate fig. I have never had a perfume where I was happy that fig was in it. I'm always going to be on the side of things where if it was gone from that perfume, that would be ideal. Like Un Jardin and Mediterranee from Hermes, if that didn't have fig leaf, I would be much happier with that perfume. And that's probably why I don't own a bottle of it. I do like that perfume, but that fig note just kind of ruins it for me. So, not surprisingly, the, where are you? I'm trying to find my, there we are, okay. Yeah, I don't like this perfume, but I can tell you it's a very well done fig. It's quality. It's not a tangy, juicy, sour and tart kind of fig that makes you feel like your mouth is getting all mealy from the enzymes of the tropical juices breaking down your tissue. So you don't get that kind of fig, but it's sort of a milky fig, milky and green fig. And it's not that sweet either. So if you like Philosophos, I would say you probably will like Fig Infusion. Philosophos to me is milkier and more fruity, whereas this is lighter. All right, so that was all the perfumes in this collection. Let's see, how do I sum it up? Very simple, easy and pleasant bergamot fruity scent that has some sort of floral quality to it. And I think that that is a crowd pleaser for sure. I can't imagine anybody who would hate it. Sensual, flirtatious, rose. Yeah, that's a very sexy one. Mon Vetiver is a fresh, dry, peppery kind of vetiver, very similar to Grey Vetiver from Tom Ford. Orange X Santal, orange dominant type of scent with some woodiness in it. Let me take another sniff of that, actually. I'm so pleasantly surprised by this perfume. And I really do think I might end up getting a bottle of it. I'll have to play around with it more, but definitely orange dominant, not sandalwood dominant. But there is woodiness in it that helps. And if you do like the Terre d'Hermès type of profile, I would think that you would enjoy this one too. Divine Vanille is a cold, dusty, powdery, abstract vanilla that is just like Amber Narguilé from Hermès. Thé Musc, cozy, cottony, soft, cashmere sweater type of scent that is dominant with the tea, or sorry, dominant with lavender and dominant with beeswax. And I would imagine the person wearing this would be drinking tea. Bois Imperial, cold spices, very woody, Akigala wood dominant. And then Fig Infusion is just like a nice fig scent. And like I had said, these are all very quality smelling to me. So they're kind of like blind buy safe. If you like the description, I think they'd be pretty blind buy safe. I don't imagine you receiving it and thinking like that smells like $5. Definitely not. So that is my review for these perfumes. My informal review based off of just like how long, 30 minutes to an hour of how it has developed. Yeah, if you have any questions for me or any thoughts, I'd love to hear them. Yeah, that's all for me. But thank you so much for watching and have a great rest of your day. Bye.